watching the morning show live on the 7 Network. Now back to Larry and Sam.
Well, excuse me, every parent wants the best for their child, so plenty of thought and effort is always put into selecting the right school for them.
Yeah, but with almost 10,000 schools throughout Australia, picking the right one for your kids can be confusing. And sometimes the kids can be left feeling a little bit like Bart in this episode of The Simpsons.
So y equals r cubed over 3. And if you determine the rate of change in this curve correctly, I think you will be pleasantly surprised. Oh! Well, don't you get it, Bart? Derivative dy equals 3r squared dr over 3, or r squared dr, or r drr. Hardy har har. Get it?
Oh, yeah.
Joining us now with more from Melbourne is child psychologist Sally-Anne McCormack. Sally-Anne, good morning to you. Now, where to start? What are the first considerations when choosing the right school for your child?
Well, there's two main considerations, I guess. There's the practical considerations and there's best fit for your child. So practical would be things like the location of the school, affordability, of course, where your children's friends are going, those sorts of issues. And with best fit, it would be things like the curriculum that's being offered at the school, as we just saw in that clip, co-ed versus single-sex schools, policies on bullying and cyber safety and all those issues as well. So we need to look at both of those.
Is it unlikely that the practical stuff mightn't, just necessarily go right together with the best fit? And if not, then what's more important? Is it the practical stuff or is it finding that best fit?
I think the best thing for parents to do, first of all, because they both have merit. If we can't afford the school, even though it's the best fit, there's not much we can do. So have a look at your goals. What is it that you want for your child out of their education? Some things we might have to try, different ways of getting them to particular schools, or we might decide that there's other issues that are more important in the family.
How soon do you have to start looking at schools? I have girlfriends who book their newborn babies into high school. Is that necessary?
Oh, look, for some schools it actually is. Some people actually book their children in as soon as they find out the sex of their pregnancy. Other schools, though, for most of us generally, it's probably the year before school starts, particularly in primary school, but certainly at least by then for secondary school.
All right. Now, my parents never had to worry about this, but what advice do you have for parents of academically or creatively gifted children?
Well, we need to make sure that the school caters for each of the special needs of children. So for the academic children, the creative children, and also for those at the other end of the spectrum too. See if there's a coordinator in the school that deals with those issues, and perhaps look at ask how much professional development the teachers get in those areas as well, because you need to make sure that your child's needs are being met.
OK, now what resources are out there for parents? Where can they go to for advice?
OK, we have, first of all, the government's myschool.edu.au is one website, but I'd actually recommend that you go to the websites of the schools. They often have information on there. Don't take it as gospel necessarily. If you like the sound of a school, ring it up. Get a prospectus. For some schools, they send out a prospectus. But I think the number one thing that we can do as parents is word of mouth. Talk to other people. Find out what they think of the school and why they're sending their children there, and all the benefits and the pros and cons of a particular place, because they're the ones that know.
All right. Sally-Anne, thanks for your time. Nice to chat to you this morning.
Nice to chat to you too. Thank you.
OK.